A big hello to all the Quarry Hill Primary School people. We're here for our weekly check-in with Ferdi. This week we're learning how to focus through what we call 1, 2, 3. Ferdi's learning what on the bed means, as well as we'll talk about why we don't shake hands with Ferdi and how we can show him and teach him how to bring back the toy.
G'day people at Quarry Hill Primary School. We're here with Ferdi again for our second check-in about what Ferdi's learning this week. Now we know that Ferdi learns and then plays and then he has learning time and then playtime. At the moment he's having a bit of a playtime and we're about to tune him in to some learning time. The first thing that I want to explain to you is how we're going to teach Ferdi and how we're going to help him to expand his ability to focus on something. Just like we all need to learn and keep practicing how we can focus on something for a long period of time when there's a job to do. At the moment, I'm going to use a little food reward, a tiny little food reward to help Ferdi focus. This is called 1, 2, 3. And you'll see how it works. I'm going to ask Ferdi to sit. And I've got this tiny little piece of food in my hand. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and on 3, I'm going to release it. Now, his job is to focus on this and find it after 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now Ferdi sits there at the moment because this is quite new to him. He sits and he looks in my direction and he knows that 1, 2, 3 means there's a little bit of reward coming, but he can't track it very well with his eyes yet. As he gets better at tracking it with his eyes, that will link into, in his brain, his ability to focus. So once we get Ferdi to track it, 1, 2, 3, and then track it through the air so that he can track it so well that he can catch it, that'll take quite a while. It'll take months, but he'll practice regularly. Once we get him to that stage, we'll start to expand 3 so that we can get him to focus until we've counted to 10 and then to 15. In Ferdi's brain, that gives it the power to focus on lots of other things. So as we start to teach him different things, Ferdi, let's do that again. That will teach him, that will support him in being able to focus. Look at this. Come on, let's hop up and do that again. Let's go. Come on, Ferdi. Hop up. Let's go. Ferdi. Okay, good work. Yes. Now I want you to watch from there. See if you can see him tracking it. Sit. Wait. Wait. No, you have to wait there. Ferdi, look. Ferdi, look. Now, he's a little bit confused because the toy's there. Sit. Wait. I'll just remove that for a minute. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Actually landed in his hair. So let's get it out. I think it fell out. Yeah, it fell out and there it is. He's finding it on the carpet. There it is, mate. Good boy. Okay. So he'll get better at that. That's 1, 2, 3 and it's helping Ferdi to learn to focus and develop his ability to focus for longer amounts of time. Second thing is I want Ferdi to learn, and we need him to learn, to go and hop on his bed. So if I say, Ferdi, hey Ferdi, will you hop on your bed? He doesn't understand yet, so we need to teach it to him in the form of a game. And I say, Ferdi, here, on your bed, on your bed, yes, sit there, sit there, want to sit on the bed? Sit, yes, yes, okay. I'm going to turn that into a game by taking Ferdi's attention to something else. So he's off the bed, and then I'm going to move the bed. Ferdi, on the bed. Yes, on the bed. Sit there. Sit on the bed. Yes. So I'm going to keep saying, that's on the bed. That's on the bed. Good work, Ferdi. On your bed. Yes. Okay, now I'll get his attention to something else again, and I move the bed. Ferdi, on your bed? On your bed? Yes. Sit on the bed? Yes. And I say, yes, that's on the bed. Yes. Now Ferdi doesn't really know that he's going and sitting on his bed, but he'll get to do this enough so that eventually I can put the bed somewhere and tap on it and say, Ferdi, on your bed, and he'll come over and sit on the bed. You're very clever. Okay, let's do one more time. Distraction. Ferdi, on your bed? On your bed? Yes. Sit there. Sit. Oh yes, I think he's starting to catch on. He's a very clever dog. Well done, Ferdi. Okay, so we're expanding his focus with 1, 2, 3. We're teaching him on the bed, and the next thing we'll go on to is talking about Ferdi and shaking hands. I'll ask him to come closer for this one. Ferdi, if Ferdi, as a full-grown dog, if he starts to put his hand up on me and shake hands, and if I teach him to shake hands, when he's a full adult, fully grown dog, his hand could potentially come and land somewhere on my face or somewhere high up on my neck, and it could scratch me accidentally. So his paw has kind of like our fingernails. It's got little sharp, I guess they're like a cross between a claw and a fingernail, and they can scratch. So I'm not going to teach Ferdi, and no one's going to teach Ferdi or practice with Ferdi shaking hands. First reason is he could scratch, but the second thing is, if Ferdi learns that he comes over to me and puts his hand up and that then I pat him, he can start to then, especially as an adult dog, he can start to use that as what we call a power play, where he could come up to me whenever he likes and pop his hand up on me, and that's then turning into Ferdi's version of saying, now I'm the boss and you should pat me now. And that's not appropriate, because we're teaching Ferdi that he's being led by everyone at this school. He's got lots of leaders and we want him to be comfortable being led. If he starts to think that he can go and command people to pat him when he likes, then he'll get really confused about who the leader is. And we know that dogs function really well and they're really happy when they know that they're being led. Okay, Ferdi, you want to come over? Yes, good. You see, we did that last week. I called him, yes, moved backwards, and it becomes fun for him to come over because I move backwards and all of a sudden he's kind of chasing me. Let's see if we can do it again. Ferdi, come over. Yes. So just that little bit of movement backwards and he comes over. We sit there. Let's see how he goes with this from last week. Did you sit down? Oh, you did. Yes. Everything that we do every week is going to be something that we practice for a long time. Ferdi hasn't mastered this. He hasn't mastered 1, 2, 3. He hasn't mastered a lot of things yet. So, and lots of dogs take their whole life to keep practicing things. Okay. So there's something else that I'd like to talk about with Ferdi today. And if he's got a ball in here, I know that when Ferdi has something that he likes to chase, he might chase it and grab it, but he probably wouldn't bring it back. Let's just try it with anything. If I throw this for Ferdi, he might go and get it, and if I want him to bring it back eventually so we can keep playing and I can get him to have exercise by chasing a ball or something and bringing it back so that it works. So let's see what happens if I just throw that out there. Will he go and get it? Yes, he's got it. Now he's sort of walking off with it, and I know that if I go towards him now, he's going to run around just like it's a game of chasey, but I'm chasing Ferdi. So what I'm going to do is go over to him where he is. Hey Ferdi, do you want this? Bring it over. You get it? Come this way, Ferdi. Now, he's looking at me, he's interested in the food. Let's see if we can get him over. Let's see if we can get this in his mouth. Come on, Ferdi. Come on, Ferdi. Here it is. So he's still sitting there chewing. I'm going to put this really close to his nose so he knows what it is. Look at that. Look at that, Ferdi. Come on, Ferdi. Yes. Okay, so he runs over. Beautiful response. Let's try and combine that with Ferdi with the toy in his mouth. So I'll just grab the toy again. We'll throw it. As soon as he gets it, I'll do it in a little area here so that I can come over to him, show him the food, the reward, and see if we can get him to come back with it in his mouth. Now that's for you. Yes, Ferdi, yes, here. This, do you want this? So he thinks it's chasey. Do you want this, Ferdi? Bring it over. Come on, bring it over. Yes, Ferdi, come on. Yes, Ferdi, come on. He's coming over, but he's dropped the toy. So this is going to take a little bit of work, but we've started today. That's how we'll play it. We'll try one more time, and we'll continue to work on this so that eventually, when Ferdi grabs the toy, he doesn't think it's a game of let's chase Ferdi around. He thinks it's a game of let's grab that toy and bring it back for the treat. So let's just do it here. There it is, Ferdi. Yes, look, Ferdi. You want that? You want that? Here it is. So he's really familiar with running off. Here it is. Come on, Ferdi. Come on. Oh, yes, Ferdi. Yes, Ferdi. And yes, that's drop. So I've just called it drop. That's drop. Oh, yes, a big pats for that, Ferdi. Big pats for that, Ferdi. That was a really big win, mate. Well done, bud. Well done. Let's try it one more time. That was a huge success, Ferdi. There it is. Yes. Ferdi, you want this now? Let's do it again while he's got it in his mouth. Here it is. Come on, Ferdi. Come on, Ferdi. Yes, Ferdi. Yes. Here it is. Good, Ferdi. Come on, Ferdi. Come on, Ferdi. Here it is. Yes. Okay, he brought it halfway back. Still a massive win. I can see he's in a bit of a habit of running away with things and being chased, and I know he likes to be chased. It's great fun, isn't it, Ferdi? Okay, that was the start of teaching him to bring it back. He's picked it up again. Let's see if we can get it over. Ferdi, bring it over. Well, he brought it a little bit closer. It's just there now. That's going to be so much better than me chasing him around. Well done, Ferdi. Okay. Ferdi. All right. Just come over closer to the camera. Just want to show you, Ferdi had a little bit of a haircut. He's had a bit of hair trimmed from around his eyes and his face so he can see. And I'll just lift him up a little bit so he can see his paws. He's had his paws trimmed so there's not so much hair. There's not so much hair around them, because if they get really hairy, really furry, they get lots of things stuck in between his paws. So that's it for this week, Ferdi. 4 things we've started and lots to keep working on. Ferdi, do you want this? Here it is. Good work. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Here's a quick look at what we went through today, guys, just in case you want to try and remember what we're working on. A big thanks to all of you for watching, and a big thanks to Ferdi for all the hard work he's doing. Well done, Ferdi.